Whoa, yeah, hey guys.
Welcome back to the program. That's right, guys. Today we're going to look at one of my personal, just me, one of my personal favorite YouTubers. Again, one of the many people that I'm like, hey, what's going on in the news? Let's look at it through the eyes of a crazy person. That's right, Charles Entertainment Kirk.
We're going to start today peeling back the layers of a current Supreme Court challenge. It's happening right now. The Supreme Court is hearing a challenge to Biden's executive order on student loan bribery. I won't even use that is my own sperm.
Right.
Use the word forgiveness. It's technically forgiveness, but it's bribery.
Whoa.
Is it constitutional? And what is really going on here?
Right.
Email us freedom@charliekirk.com. We're about
That is my own sperm. That is my own sperm. That is.
I'm a huge Chuck Kirk fan because
Chuck Kirk has kind of a weird job, which is to try to trick children into believing terrible, failed, right-wing crap. You know, he goes to their college, he's like, hey, talking point, here's some talking points. That's Charles Kirk's job. And in this case, he has to kind of do something that's even stupider, which is to convince young people, many of whom have a lot of student debt, that's good. It might be a little bit tricky. This is from Truth Out. 77% of young voters said student debt relief motivated them to vote. But he's, hello, fellow young person. Hello, fellow young person. I'm going to convince you that it's actually better for you to have a bunch of debt, which makes you more desperate and willing to work for lower wages. Hello, fellow children.
Right now, there is a challenge to Joe Biden's executive order on student loan bribery.
Right, bribery, something that will help people, either or.
Supreme Court today is hearing oral arguments in a case stemming from Biden's attempt to buy off the American public.
Wow. What?
Now, mind you, our audience is a little bit split on this.
No.
Some of our Turning Point USA students are a little bit supportive of getting student loan forgiveness.
Oh, shocking. Another way to put that is they're not fully tricked yet. I haven't fully tricked them yet. I haven't fully tricked them into acting against their own interest enough yet. Right, Charlie? Right?
That is my own sperm.
Some students approach me on campus and they say, we deserve this. They're obviously less conservative students. And we deserve.
Yeah, some of these students, they come up to me and they say, Charlie, I'm not fully brainwashed yet. Can you please help with that? And then Charlie Kirk looks at him and he goes,
that is my own sperm.
And he goes like this. Then he goes like this. Then as Charlie walks away, these students look at the back of his khakis and they hear that. They hear that. That's sad.
What is the answer or the counter to students that worked their way through college?
Oh, wow.
That got a second job, that saved money.
Right.
The entire idea of student loan bribery is an insult to any student that paid their way through college. What about students that saved money?
Amazing, Charlie.
Or got money from their parents because their parents decided to save money in a college fund. All of that.
Right. Many of these parents say,
that is my own sperm.
This is such a good point, guys, okay? And I feel the same way about, all those people who had polio. They got into a wheelchair because of polio, or they died or whatever because of polio. The people who got the polio vaccine and didn't get polio, that's unfair to the polio people. If something has happened in the past that's wrong, morons, then that means fixing it is unfair. Hello, welcome to logic. Ever heard of it? Will you listen to me? I actually think all progress is wrong because the people before, they don't get any of those benefits. That's sick. That's sick / disgusting. The other thing that kind of shocked me, I was reading about this while I was watching this Charles Entertainment Kirk video, is having free college, just college being totally free, would be extremely cheap, like way cheaper than I thought. I saw one study where it was like 0.5% of GDP or whatever. It's just like a no-brainer of an investment for a society, for anybody who wants to be able to get an education to contribute to society should be able to with no questions asked. Cardi B knows this even.
I don't understand how you guys want so much doctors, so much professionals, but you charge them to become that.
what I got from watching this video is that Charlie Kirk doesn't want people to go to college. He even wrote a book called The College Scam. I think the real reason, what I took from watching this video, is that he wants people to be desperate and he wants people to be stupid. In Charlie Kirk's world, the more desperate, stupid people, the better. And then he looks at them and he goes,
That is my own sperm.
What is the answer or the counter to the millions of students that knew they were not going to become professional athletes,
whoa,
but only did sports in college? And sports in college is no joke.
Right.
6 a.m. practices, intense workouts,
Wow.
traveling frequently,
right,
strict dietary
right, doing this.
standards. No joke to be a college athlete.
Absolutely.
But a majority of college athletes, if you ask them by the time they become a junior or senior, yeah, I mean, they love the sport, but it's also they get an academic advantage for it. And by the way, they've earned it.
Oh.
But what Joe Biden is basically saying is all those 6 a.m. workouts, all that travel,
Yeah.
all that pushing yourself to be able to get college to be more affordable for you, your loss.
Yeah, this one has a very just like throwing everything against the wall to see what sticks feel to it. He's basically doing the same crap he said before about it's unfair. It's unfair that a thing gets better, you know? And now he tacked athletes onto it. Oh, well, some athletes got a scholarship. Oh, that's so sad. They basically won the lottery becoming a college athlete. Oh, they did all the college athletics for nothing. But I'm guessing a lot of them have some kind of passion for this sport as well. And the way Charlie Kirk's making out to be is just like, oh no, this was just a desperate attempt to get an education that, again, should be free. But in Charlie Kirk's world, this should be just a desperate attempt. You hate this, but I hate basketball. I hate basketball, but I'll go do these stupid dunks as long as I could learn about engineering or whatever.
This is a quote-unquote bribery, a quote-unquote bailout for people that largely did not make prudent decisions when they decided to go to college.
Wow.
Now, I simultaneously sympathize with some of the complaints. Charlie, I was told I had to go to college. I was told I had to borrow this money.
Right.
I was told I get that. I write about it extensively in my book, and I have sympathy for you.
Okay.
But I do not think having the U.S. taxpayer subsidize your poor decisions is moral, is a good precedent, nor do I think it's constitutional.
And that's a lot of lost opportunity. People either dropping out or not going to school in the first place because of the barrier. That's a lot of lost opportunity. Unless your vision of the world is to have a bunch of dumb, desperate people, which is this guy's view, then this doesn't make a whole lot of sense to put this barrier in front of gaining skills, becoming more skilled, more knowledgeable part of society.
What did he say was happening in the quote-unquote environment that allowed him to act, to be able to bribe students and eliminate student loans?
Wow.
Student loan debt. Well, the answer is something.
Charlie, this is another thing, because I've watched so many hours of this goofball. I think he might eat like a McRib or something. You know, he eats like a double quarter pounder with cheese before he does. He's always like, this poor bastard always has some kind of, burping situation going on when he's recording this garbage. Okay, anyway.
That history tells us very clearly he needed a crisis.
Right.
He needed an emergency.
Right, exactly.
You see, never let a crisis go to waste, as Rahm Emanuel would say. And they saw an opening and they went for it.
Right, exactly. That's what that kind of thing is used for. When authoritarians take advantage of a crisis, it's to help poor people. That's what they always use it for.
Every tyrant.
Yep.
Every despot.
There we go.
Every unpopular leader needs an emergency.
Right.
And they certainly tried to capitalize on one, and we'll talk about that.
Right. By helping lower income people forgive their student debts. Yep. That's what every I believe, I don't know, I haven't read much about it, but I'm pretty sure that's what Hitler, that other guy, pretty sure that's what they did, They went like this. Many of them.
I want to talk to you about relieffactor.com, 100%.
Not debt relief, though, right? That's bad.
Order the 3-week quick start for just $19.95. Live your life with Relief Factor.
Wait, if debt relief is bad, why is not pain relief bad? Charlie, these are the things we need to think about, you know what I mean? Oh, but another guy had pain. Before Relief Factor came out, another guy had pain. How is that fair? You know what I mean? There was before Relief Factor wasn't invented, there was a guy who sounded like this. And he couldn't do this either.
What are your thoughts on student loan bribery via the executive branch?
I have a few.
Some of our audience is torn. Some of you are supportive of it. You say, Charlie, I went to school with $100,000 in debt. I deserve it.
Yep.
What are your thoughts? Email me, freedom@charliekirk.com.
Probably most of them. Oh, yeah. People make fun of my face on the internet. Okay, so far Charlie Kirk has given us the standard issue arguments that really don't make any sense about forgiving student debt or free college or whatever. But this next part, he kind of reveals what's going on in his cabeza and the cabeza of people who pay him. And here we go.
To get more votes in the future. So go send your best prized possession to colleges. They don't learn almost anything. Be filled with all these bad ideas. Men can become pregnant. Borders don't matter. America's evil. Constitution must be shredded. All of these bad ideas.
Right. Yeah, this is Charlie Kirk. So, of course, like everything is going to be insane. It's almost like a reverse Pee-wee's Playhouse, the Charlie Kirk and all these shows. It's just like it's melting and scary, you know, but it's not fun. But yeah, here it's kind of like this is actually pretty disturbing to hear this still, even from these lunatics. Why isn't college just a place that forces people to believe what we believe? How's that? That's the demented thinking of Charlie Kirk and the people who pay him.
The U.S. Supreme Court is currently debating this.
They are?
It's unclear how they're going to rule, and I'm going to maybe give you a little bit of a tease here based on just some public comments. Okay. But I am curious just on the student loan issue itself.
Sure.
What are your thoughts on this? How do you feel about subsidizing somebody's poor decisions
Good way to
go
put it.
study something that is not applicable to the job market? We'll be right back.
Great way to put it. Oh, yeah.
I got a small little face on a big ass head.
Right? Oh, let's take a look at this crap right here. This is a video they made, a More Perfect Union made with the lady from the Debt Collective about who is behind these lawsuits that are, attempting to overturn the student debt forgiveness crap. Here we go.
But let's take a look at who funds the group that is hell-bent on keeping you loaded with student debt, shall we?
Okay.
Let's start with Bernie Marcus, who organized the Job Creators Network in 2010 and just so happens to also be the co-founder and former CEO of everyone's favorite small business, Home Depot. Marcus is worth a whopping $8.8 billion and has showered the Job Creators Network with $3.9 million over the past decade.
That is my own
Marcus
sperm.
has no shame in using his billions to try to buy elections for conservative and far-right politicians who serve corporate power.
Look at this guy. You still want to do this, you mummy? You mummy, you? You're a skeleton. This is what you want to do with your final, 10 minutes that you have left?
He spent $64 million backing the likes of Mitch McConnell, Ron DeSantis, and Donald Trump, among others. And Home Depot happily accepted over $94 million of government subsidies. Apparently he's pro-government spending when it comes to corporate subsidies, but canceling student debt for millions of borrowers across the country, that's a bridge too far.
That is my own sperm.
Or ALEC. Groups that the Koch donor network and its dark money empire has used in their ongoing corporate takeover of the US government. And that's not all. Those Ben Shapiro wannabes on campus with Turning Point USA,
There's no such thing as white privilege or racism. So.
also a partner of the network.
So in other words,
That is my own sperm.
okay, here we go. Moving along to the next video of one of my favorite YouTubers, Chuck
That is my own sperm.
Kirk. Okay, in this next video, Charlie Kirk does this other thing where he digs up like the most insane evangelical churches he can find. Whoa. Look at the intro graphics for this evangelical church. Wow, the Antichrist. Wow. Oh, boy.
So give a warm welcome tonight to Charlie Kirk, which is 27 to 30% of the Bible. Nimrod is understood in Bible prophecy as a forerunner, a prototype of what we would call today the Antichrist.
Whoa. That's in the Bible. Man, I hope that is who brings the apocalypse on. At the end of the world, the Antichrist comes back. Nimrod. Little funny-ass name like that. Little nerd-ass name.
Reaching tens of millions of people at Turning Point USA. But it all started here, Jack, where we were texting back and forth. And I said, Jack, I've been doing a lot of research about Klaus Schwab and World Economic Forum, and many of you have seen the videos of the dialogues we've done here.
Oh, amazing. This is another baffling trope on these, right-wing YouTube channels. Tim Pool does this too. They all talk about this guy, Klaus Schwab.
But who is Klaus Schwab? What does he want?
Klaus Schwab this, because they love, they're upset. They're really doing this over this guy who seems like some kind of a James Bond villain. It's baffling. It's hard to understand what they're talking about, because their reasoning seems to be that this guy Klaus Schwab is trying to stop climate change, and he's a socialist instead. And that I guess the whole World Economic Forum is socialist and communist, even though it's just like public relations. It's like a public relations thing for large corporations.
What are you guys talking about, World Economic Forum?
Yeah.
It's a gathering of some of the world's most powerful financiers, bankers, politicians,
right?
Movers and shakers. We'll sum it up that way. These people go there and they get these ideas from globalists. Then they come back to their countries and they all, so to speak, attempt to speak the same language.
Yeah.
Environmentalism, socialism, whatever ism. Let's all talk these talks. We go there.
Holy schmoly. Yeah, all the bankers and all these, all these bankers, all these rich, powerful people, all these corporate interests. The real problem with them is all the socialism and environmentalism. Oh man. Oh boy. Evangelicals, we are in some trouble. What is this? Is this Tucker Carlsonism? That has everybody talking like this now. Yeah, the problem with these elites, the real problem with these elites is that they're not elite enough. The problem is that they are talking at all about the environment. Yeah, this small group of people who control the economy and all that. The problem, man, these elites, the problem with them is that they're not doing that brutally enough. The problem is that they're thinking about the environment or the poor.
Could you imagine if Jesus was alive to hear about this? Oh my God.
Both the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible, and Thomas Jefferson both hated big cities. The American founders read this text and they designed a system of government to say we do not want all this power in cosmopolitan, densely populated urban areas. That's right. In fact, the founding fathers were so biblically literate. If you read the Federalist Papers, Alexander Hamilton, Federalist 47, Federalist 51, Federalist 58, they talk time and time again about the heated passions in cities where rancor, rumor, and half-truths reign supreme, where the mobs and the masses are able to get what they want, but reason goes to die.
That's cities.
God tried to warn us in Genesis 11, hey, if you guys build these cities, that's in the Bible. All of a sudden, you're not going to be governed by your reason, your rationality, or your logic, but it's going to be the tyranny of the clamoring majority. My goodness, you look at federalism, states' rights, you look at this idea of the local church, all of that is saying we learned the lesson from Genesis 11 and we're not going to try to build something central or something big or something strong.
Yeah, this is great. This is Charlie Kirk sucking around to this audience, pandering, treating them like they're morons. He's like, big cities suck. Big cities suck. Okay, Charlie Kirk, then why is the headquarters of Turning Points USA in Phoenix, Arizona? Oh, I hate it. I hate it.
Florida has done such an exceptional job. Every time I see something that happens in Florida, I ask myself the question, why are other Republicans not doing this? Well, joining us now is America's governor and author of the new book that you could find at DeSantisbook.com, The Courage to Be Free, Governor Ron DeSantis. Governor, welcome back to the program.
Oh, amazing.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So, Governor, tell us about your new book.
Well, the courage to be free is answering the question, kind of.
Oh boy, get a better connection, Ron. Come on.
Focus of freedom in the country and even around the world, people have come over the last few years, and we lay out our approach to leadership, and then a lot of the issues that we tackled, and then the result.
I love how this guy always sounds like he's a kindergarten teacher talking to children. It's really bizarre. But I noticed that Charlie didn't seem that enthused to have this guy on. Also, this guy's got a book, which seems like kind of a presidential thing. And then I found this. I found this video that people have been talking about, and oh boy, this guy Ronnie D, he might not be in the best place now after this came out.
If somebody was over there with the Trump sign, would they have to leave the property, or with a shirt on?
Look at this old guy.
And they were in that line, would they have to leave the property?
Yes.
Why?
Because of what you're wearing? Because they told me to say anybody wearing Trump has to go right now.
Whoa!
During the signing. During the signing.
Oh,
okay,
man.
Well, I'm sorry, guys. I have to call LPD now.
That's fine.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Yeah, so this is pretty interesting. This guy, Ronnie D, who wants to be president of United States, he's doing a book tour. And then on this book tour, he told these like Trump people, hey, anybody with a Trump thing can't come in. This is kind of funny because like the same book tour that he's trying to seem more presidential or whatever might actually, because of this video, might actually ruin his chances even further. I wonder what I would do if I found out that was my grandpa. You know, Ron DeSantis is doing some book thing in, you know, the middle of nowhere in Florida. Hey, me and Bill, or whatever this other old guy's name is, we're gonna go hold signs. We're gonna spend our days. We're gonna spend our rapidly dwindling days. We're gonna spend a whole weekend day just standing with the trunk of our van opened, holding signs.
You want to watch a movie, Grandpa? How about that? Would that be fun too? No? We got to do the signs? Okay.
So there we go, guys. It's Chuck.
Let's keep them away from our kids, you know?
Guys, it is Wednesday. It's one of the 3 worst days. There's 2 good days. There's 2 good days of what I call the technical week, which is Thursday and Friday. The other 3, not a fan.
I might get canceled, but I'm going to say it.
Monday and Tuesday, no thanks. Also Wednesday, no thanks.
And I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, hey, guys.
Guess what? You're not even getting the whole show. If you want every episode and a whole bunch of other
subscribe on Patreon.
Subscribe on Patreon for as little as 2 bones. Just click the stupid little link below the video in the comments.
See, right there.
There you go. Click it, and that, yep. When you become a patron for as little as 2 bones, you get the Tuesday, Thursday, patron-only episodes. You also get the weekly Book-a-Blega show where we talk about important books. The questions and comments thing where you can ask questions and make comments and all this crap.
And the weekly behind-the-scenes show. All for less than the price of a rancid Charleston chew.
And for only 25 putrid little dollars,
you could become a producer.
That's right, support the show and get your name up here. Look at these people. Look at these people. It make the show possible, okay? God. I mean, without these beautiful people, this show goes straight into the dumpster. A rotten, just wet, disgusting dumpster, behind a restaurant. So there's old milk in there. That's where this show ends up without these people. Is that what you want? Okay, I guess it's what you want. I'll just leave. Nope, it's done. It's too late. Okay? Here we go. Here's the dump truck. Here's the dump truck come to pick up the show. This is what would happen with no producers. Thank you.